Hello, my little tiddlywinks, and welcome to another episode of From the Depths, one of my favoriteest games right now, just because it's so much fun. I really do enjoy it. It's a great game. You guys should check it out on Steam. It's on sale every so often, but it's really worth the money that you can pay for it, so definitely try and get this. It's absolutely cool. So today, we have a new vehicle. I've built this in the custom creator thing, just because like I said before in the last video, wanted to try building a laser, and I wanted to try building a satellite. So, we have built a satellite. I have aptly named it the Lighthouse, just because of that. It kind of looked like a lighthouse, and we are 16,000 or 1,600 meters in the air. Like, that's the water way down there. Those little dots are the seagulls. Stupid things. But yeah, we are way up, and it's really neat in the creative mode thing that, you know, you only have this little world, which is kind of cool. But we're in space. We are, in fact, in space. Now, let me give you the rundown of this thing. So this is the cockpit, basically, the space you can spawn in. It's got the chair, it's got some flight controls and stuff. Some of these are really just here because originally I thought that we were going to have to actually be able to lift this thing into space, which I guess is not the case. So I literally had this thing covered in rockets and stuff and was trying to lift it all the way up. There was no way in hell we were going to make it. But most of this is made with light alloy. Pretty much the entire top section is. The bottom half, other than some lead for the weight, is heavy armor, just in case. But I don't think it's going to be a problem, because we are way, way up. So each of these little arms here, we have these thrusters, these stabilizers, I think they're called, which are really important, because that's what's going to help keep this thing from tipping over. So there's a couple of them facing up, there's some facing down, so when this thing starts to move and tip, it'll go ahead and tip back, so that's really important. On the ends here, I went ahead and put in these satellite dish things. Each one of them, all four corners have one, just because it gives us one hell of a view. Oh, I guess we can't see the view in this, but you can see quite a bit because we're so high up. And I've also gone ahead and put coincidence rangefinders on each corner, and then each one has a different type of detection system. So in this case, you know, we've got active radar. They're like the 360 radars, but really it says that, you know, it's blocked in certain directions, but really it's only ever going to be looking down. It doesn't have to really look sideways. So yeah, this one's got the radar, it's got the active radar gimbal, but then each corner has a different type. So this one over here, you can see this one's IR camera, IR gimbal, etc. And then all that's connected here. I went and just put these in. I could have used some other systems, but I was just like, we'll use this AI physical connector just between everything. So, and that runs up in here. There's a passage that doesn't really work, but there is a passage up to the actual, oh gosh, to the upstairs portion. There is space right here that you can walk around in, and there's tunnels on each side, mostly just because I needed to balance everything as much as I could. There is a door, so if I ever had to, which doesn't work in space, your character just floats. Like you can see, I'm not on the ground right now. He's just floating in air. But yeah, I just did it for aesthetics mostly. This main central tower, right under the very top, we have our AI system. So, you know, pretty simple. Aerial movement. That's what is really important for this one. I have turned off the all the turning, the rolling, and all that. This will make it so that this thing doesn't tip over on us. I put down the cruising altitude should be like 1,400, but I don't quite understand why it's not working the way it should, but we'll see. Like I said, this is literally the first satellite I've built, so I just went ahead and went with this. But we can go ahead and say that we can attack at 2,000. Distance beyond which we begin attack run. this distance from the target, we will rearrange the target on another attack run. Okay, so over 2,000 will move around. And that's as far up as I can make this. Distance below. When we are below this distance from the target, we will disengage and fly off. Okay, whatever. Elapsed time for whatever. Okay, so that's the AI card that's basically controlling the Lighthouse. I don't think I can really change any other things. I mean, target prioritization, I could probably fiddle these a little bit more. But I'm not really too worried, because pretty much all of these, like, set value per crew player. This one, I don't really care about. Let's set it to 0. Just because it can be kind of hard to find them. But I like that we're targeting weapons. Each block is only worth a bit. Propulsion, let's bring that up to, like, 4. So this means we will target weapons first. Then we will target propulsion, engines, and then other stuff. But I like this setting. I think it's going to work well for this ship, or this satellite. Underneath the AI is... this whole column here is engine. Literally, it's one ginormous engine, which, as it turns out, was not nearly enough. But it also has fuel, it's got some resources, there's some repair bots somewhere up in here. It's a whole hodgepodge mess, so don't worry about that. Most of this is an engine. Now, the laser system I built is pretty nice, I think. I don't really know. But I ended up adding these extra towers, and yes, I know, they are kind of weird. They are just kind of attached magically. Don't worry about it, we're in space, okay? I went ahead and I threw some prefab engines in here. They're really kind of crappy. But I went ahead and added them, and there's also some more fuel storage, because this thing is a gas guzzler. So, yeah. But the piece de resistance in this whole thing, which is really cool, well, no. Let's go over one more thing first. So, these thrusters, and actually, I don't even know where the center of mass is anymore. It's right in the middle, roughly. So, these thrusters, I went ahead and threw them on. I think this is actually the back. Yeah, technically, yeah, it's going that direction. That's forward. See, I put the door in the back, so this direction is movement forward. I put these ion thrusters right here, so they shoot that way, and they'll push the ship that way, which is good. There's one on the top, one on the bottom. I tried to balance as much as I could. So that'll work really nice. This will move us forward. But what's cool is I put one on the back, or the front, I guess, to do reverse. Just because that thing was having some problems stopping, so I went ahead and put some of those in. But I also put these in, facing one set that way, one set that way, which gives us the ability to turn this thing, which I think is... Uh-oh. No, that's not right. There we go. See, I can't see my actual controls. It's really kind of annoying. But it's Y and I guess. But yeah, you can't really see them thrusting. That's kind of weird. But we are, in fact, thrusting with those little doodads. But, was it T to go forwards? Yeah, T will move us forwards, which we do okay. It moves. It's not fast. But yeah, you can see here the movement, it's nice. It's not the greatest, but you can see we do tip, which is why I tried adding some of those up there. But yeah, it's got some problems. I haven't worked out all the kinks. Uh-oh. What's going on in here? Oh gosh. Stop. No, stop. Air drive off. So yeah, in space, it's kind of annoying, because you don't have control up and down, I don't think. You have, like, forward, backwards and stuff, but you don't have the ability to, like, move downwards, I don't think. But yeah, but you can see we're going to balance back out. I think really what's going to end up needing is some propulsion up top as well, maybe. I think that'll help. But, whatever. For now, it's really cool. Now down each of these arms, and come inside here, these are our lasers. So, try and sneak in. So these are some pumps. There's destabilizers. There's frequency doublers down the middle. You can see each of these. These things are full of pumps. And then I went ahead and put huge storage capacity. So I think there's, what, like 4 or 5 on each of these? With the Q switches and all that fun stuff. Sorry, it's really hard to show the insides. But yeah, each direction, they're exactly the same. It's mirrored on all sides. But our laser is one hell of a beast. So that first shot is 100,000 damage. That's insane. With a range of 10,000 meters. That's incredible. And our accuracy is pretty good. I was getting to the point where it wasn't getting much more accurate, so it wasn't really worth adding more. But at the same time, we also have a really nice 45-degree azimuth, so we get an incredibly great range out the bottom of this thing with this huge laser. So it's really neat. I loved it. I was originally going to call this the eye, or the Jacksepticeye, just because it was like a, big eye in the sky. We get really nice view. Like I said, it's got a nice range. But let's see how well it does. So let's fly down here for 20 minutes. So yeah, like I said, this is my first, pretty much the first laser that I've really built. I could probably have made it much more stronger, or more powerful. Stronger? That's a horrible sentence. But let's see here. Come on. Come on. But yeah, we are really high up. We're 1,600 meters. And it fluctuates. It goes up. I haven't really found a great way to balance everything out, but I think there's a way that you can set up a system that will turn on like those stabilizers at particular times, so that it like if we go above a certain height, it'll push us back down, or if we're below a certain height, it'll push us back up. But yeah, look, you can barely see that right there at the crosshairs. You can barely see that thing, which is awesome. I like that factor. So let's go ahead and spawn in something. I don't know. I usually end up just testing it with, like, the Marauder. I gotta find it. There it is. But look at that. We're directly below, but we're shooting it at way over there. Oh, I don't know. Wish there was a way to go faster. But yeah, you can see our engine is struggling. And our fuel is plummeting fast. So one thing we will have to definitely do with this is go ahead and get a supply ship to be able to bring stuff to those satellites. Again, something new that I'm going to have to play with, but I would love to build like a cargo plane kind of thing, which would be kind of cool. But yeah, look at this thing just wrecking this poor boat. It's not super powerful, but it punches through quite a bit. Oh, looks like we might need a little bit more aim. We're having some problems. Maybe we will have to add a little bit more laser space, but you can see, like, wood is fried. It does not stand a chance. But really, I don't know if I really like it. Like, it does great. Like, you would see here, it's punched holes straight through. That was probably one shot to go right through. But hey, we're getting there. But it takes a long time. This thing's pretty slow. But I like it, because it's really neat. I like the idea of the lighthouse. It's floating. Their weapons can't hit this at all. You can see none of their cannons even thought of firing, which is cool. We pretty much already disabled the ship. Just took out something. Weapon systems. Yeah, I think right now we're targeting weapons. We killed the propulsion. You can see it's not moving around at all anymore. So now it's mostly targeting the weapons on the sides. And it's cool. I think it's really a nice vehicle. Or satellite, I guess. But I've also thought about, I want to do, maybe the next time, a missile satellite. something that won't require so heavily on that need for energy, because a lot of what I had to build was the actual engines, which you could see. I mean, we're making 22,000, which is just a crazy number, but it's still almost not enough to keep up with that laser. And I don't really know how to build lasers, so let me know if there's a better way to do it. Now, one of the really powerful ships that I know of, the Capital, the Onyx Watch Capital ship, is really beefy and should take quite a few hits just to do anything. But you should be able to see this thing. Yeah, here it comes. And it might be having problems targeting, but you can see, like, one hit punches that hole right in. It's not a big hole. I mean, this is just the surface covering thing. It shouldn't take long. Well, it will take forever. This thing's pretty heavily armored, but they can't shoot us at all. This thing doesn't have the ability to do that. It's just gonna swim around, try and do something, while we slowly whittle it away. Now, what I might consider trying to do is maybe add multiple lasers on it. Really neat. So that it's, you know, spraying this thing a little bit more. But you can see we're not doing too much. But this is a very powerful ship, in all honesty. So I'm not surprised we're not hurting it too much. But like something like the Lightning Hoods, I think this one's like a really fast boat. But with a laser, it's instant. You should be able to hit this thing around it. Maybe. Maybe not. I lied. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I lied. This thing's way too fast. That is really cool. What is this thing? Oh, it's got thrusters. Oh, that is cool. That's pretty clever. I never really thought of adding those in. See. Oh, we hit something. I'm trying to see what this thing's bouncing. Whatever it is, it looks cool. But yeah, this thing's way too fast. Just destroy that. Let's see what else we got. We got the. How about the Sapphire? Oh gosh, it's all the way over there. But you can see, no matter where it is, pretty much in this huge range, we will shoot at it. I mean, we're way up there. Maybe there's some missiles like these. Those are torpedoes. That's not going to do much. But these guys are pretty strong, in all honesty. These ships, they have quite a bit of health to them. They're pretty powerful. But you can see their weapons can't do anything. They've got these two powerful lasers sitting here on the front. And they can't. But you're trying to go up, but you can't. They're not designed to. I like that little wibble wobble it's got. It's pretty funny. Guess these guys are way too fast for us to see anything cool. Let's I think these guys are like only in the air. How about Stardust? That sounds like a fun ship, right? Oh, I think these are the like alien-looking ships. These things are pretty cool if I remember right. All right, so we've got missiles. Can they make it? That becomes the real question. And no, they cannot. They barely made it out into space. So that's cool. So we're basically invincible up there, but you can see fast ships, this thing's not going to be so good at. It's going to have some problems. And we're also eating through fuel. But for our first enemies, I mean, you know, some of these, like the Deepwater Guard, like this thing, that shouldn't be a big problem at all. And any of the slower moving ships, we should be able to handle those with this thing. But like I said, I don't know how I feel about it. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think I should refit the design and turn it into a missile ship? you know, something that we could literally just drop missiles down in the atmosphere, let them fall for, you know, 10-15 seconds, and then turn on, which I think might be really cool. But yeah, I think for early on, for wooden ships like this thing, you can see we're melting through it with almost pretty much no problem. But yeah, the fuel is a big thing, and the engines are just ridiculously huge. Very expensive to make the thing. I don't know how I feel. Oh, this candidate wants to fire, it thinks it'll make it. I don't think it can. I don't think it stands a chance. Oof. But yeah, we're really not doing all that much damage now that I really look at it. Like, yeah, it's punching some holes. But unless that weapon's really charged, it's not doing too much. I mean, those first shots are good, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's... Oh my god, it's... This thing's a loud beast. It's got all those engines, so... It's pretty obnoxious. But yeah, it's really neat to watch it firing away down there. But we're all the way over here. If we look on the map, that's the enemy. We are shooting from way over there. But our range that we can see is pretty amazing. I think this ring is what we can see directly below us, I think, but our detection range should be pretty big. Like, you can usually see quite a bit of the map. But yeah, anywho, let me know what you guys think. Oh, we killed that ship. Let me move away so we can hear. But yeah, let me know what you think. Even just the design. Maybe what I'll end up doing is just keeping the basic design of the thing. Keeping that lighthouse concept. No. The new one's going to be much cooler. Hands down, it's going to be much, much cooler. At least in my head, it's going to be cool. Anywho, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you like this idea of the satellite. Maybe some of the design gave you guys some ideas. Maybe, you know, it'll show me some links to some videos that you guys liked of some really cool satellites. Let me know, you know, if there's a great way to stabilize a little bit better, because like you can see, we're even still floating up, right, like 1,700 feet or meters now. So we're kind of going way, way up. But yeah, let me know. Give me some advice. I don't pretend to be an expert at this. I just enjoy playing it and blowing stuff up. So let me know. Maybe this is something that we'll, you know, come back to, redesign. Because I don't know how well it's going to be really useful in the actual campaign. Just because you could see it wasn't doing all that much damage, and it wasn't able to handle it. And I tried taking off the Q switches to just make it a continuous beam, which kind of worked, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. We'll retry some fun stuff, and maybe I'll work on building a missile version of this, which might be a little bit more impressive. Because this was kind of boring. The laser was not that great. And I don't know, it could be that I just don't know how to build lasers all that well, which is probably the case. Because I really didn't put all that much in there. I mean, you could really pump these things full. I mean, this is quite a bit, but at the same time, you could definitely pump more power into these things. But I don't think I'd want to do it on a satellite, because this thing is big. At least in my opinion, it's pretty big to try and put it up there, and it's not the greatest design. I mean, looking at it, it's cool, but I don't know. Anywho, let me know what you guys think. Give me some advice so that I know what the hell I'm doing, if I'm doing anything correctly. And, yeah. You guys have a wonderful day. And don't forget, stay in trouble. Bye-byes.